Hey everyone, my name is Miss Taylor and I'm a kindergarten teacher from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And in my kindergarten classroom, we use developmentally appropriate practice. And this is also known as DAP. And DAP is an evolving framework for teaching young children. And I just want to start out by saying that developmentally appropriate practice is so important for young children. Young children ages 3 to 8 learn very differently from older children and from adults. So it's very important that they are taught differently. So, for example, older children are going to be sitting at a desk all day, studying, taking notes, and that's how they learn. But younger children do not learn that way. They're going to learn better by interacting with each other, building blocks, building Legos, having free play, and that's just how they learn better. So in my classroom, that's what we do. So next, I want to talk about these practices. So these practices, the ones I just talked about, are based on teachers' knowledge of how children learn and develop. And we use this knowledge to make thoughtful and appropriate decisions regarding our work with children. So this is not something that teachers just decided randomly. This is something that a lot of research has went into, and a lot of studying and teacher conferences has made this. So next, some general practices for developmentally appropriate practice are adults develop warm, caring relationships with children. So this means that an early childhood teacher is going to be very fun, sweet, loud, and they're almost always going to be directly interacting with their students. So if the children are on the ground building blocks or building Legos, she's going to be right there with them. And I think that teachers that are very involved like that are doing a wonderful job. Next, programs address the learning needs of all children, including children who have special needs and those who do not speak English as their home language. So this program is going to be able to handle and take care of your child that isn't able to communicate very well. Next, children are active decision makers in their own learning. So children are going to get to figure out and learn for themselves, and that's awesome. Finally, DAP is important in early childhood because it reduces learning gaps, increases achievement for all children, and allows students to share and engage in the learning process while they solve their own problems as they learn new information. Now, I'm sure you're wondering, what are the DAP principles? And DAP focuses on 5 key areas of learning practices. Number 1 is creating a caring community of learners. Number 2 is teaching to enhance development and learning. Number 3 is planning curriculum to achieve important goals. Number 4 is assessing children's development and learning. And finally, number 5 is establishing reciprocal relationships with families. So all of these DAP principles pretty much sum up what DAP is. It's creating a safe place for children to be able to learn. Their teacher will always be there with them, watching them and supporting them. Their families will be directly involved, and all of the curriculum will be planned out. It will follow all rules and procedures, and the children's development and learning will be looked at and assessed. So, some DAP activities in pre-K and kindergarten include child-directed art activities. So children are going to get to create and design things that they like, and they're going to learn from that. Next would be dramatic play. So this is where children are getting to dress up. So for example, children could be working at a grocery store, and another child's going to come in with a grocery list, and they're going to pick out the different grocery items, put them in the buggy, go to the checkout. Like, that's dramatic play, and they're learning a lot from that about real life. Another one would be playing with building blocks, Legos, Play-Doh. So that means that children are getting to really use their hands, and they're getting to create, and they're getting to learn from that. Next would be outside time. So this is free play, and children are going to get to play with other children. They're going to get to have their own scenarios, and that's going to use a lot of posters for the children. So, and these are also very developmentally appropriate. So this is a shapes poster, and it has all the different shapes. So children would get to see this every time they come in my classroom, and we could go over it. And next I have this awesome sign that says, "The first thing I do is always the same. I pick up my pencil and write my name." So the children would get to repeat this after me. They would get to see the poster, and they would learn to always write their name. Lastly, I have a poster of the different colors for children, and this would just help them learn their colors, and we would go over it, and that would just be really helpful. So I hope that you have all learned so much from me about the importance of developmentally appropriate practice, and I hope that you watch some of my other videos. So thank you so much.